Hello, welcome back to the Advent alphabet of self-care, and today I'm going to talk about laughter. Now, it's amazed me how many of these self-care techniques actually, when you start researching them, have health benefits, and laughter is no different. With laughter, again, like kindness, it has a really positive effect on our heart because when we're involved in humour, we lower our blood pressure. We also produce endorphins when we're laughing, and our immune system is benefited. We actually have a stronger immune system if we're able to laugh. So laughter is a really great self-care technique. Laughter also obviously produces joy in us, and it also reduces anxiety and stress, because when we're able to laugh with someone or at a situation, it actually gives us a different perspective on that situation. The other thing that laughter does is it can really help us in our relationships. It really helps to strengthen relationships if we can laugh with someone. And it also is a great way of diffusing conflict and tension as well. And it can be a really great way of trying to reduce conflict and trying to find shared ground with someone who perhaps we're not getting on with. I always remember when I was in the middle of having my second baby, the midwife walking in, and she really made me laugh because I was labouring at home, and it was quite hard work, and I was in quite a lot of pain, and she said, "Oh, can I wipe your brow?" she said, "with a flannel," or she said, "a postman pat sponge, because that's all I can find." And it really made me laugh, and it really diffused the sort of anxiety and pain that I was feeling in that moment. And that's the way I think that we can use humour. That's just a little example. Another thing that I've found really helpful over the years is the comedy programme about Kevin the teenager, because when my children were teenagers, my husband used to pretend to be Kevin, and it used to make us laugh, and it used to diffuse quite a lot of tension of the sort of moody teenager. Of course, with humour, it's really important that we make sure that someone isn't the butt of the joke, and that humour isn't used at someone else's expense. And also another way in which humour may not be helpful is when it's being used to cover up other emotions. But humour used well, when it's shared, can be used to lighten the mood and just bring a different perspective into the situation, and that can make a real difference to us. I used to be someone who was terribly serious and didn't really have a sense of humour, and so I thought it might be helpful to be able to share different ways that we can develop a sense of humour. If you're not naturally a funny person, the idea of using humour and laughter in your relationships might fill you with some anxiety, because you think, well, I'm not really a very funny person. But it is possible if you can crack a few jokes about the mistakes that you make, for example. That usually raises a laugh, as long as you're not using it to cover up your sense of inadequacy. But also to be able to create inside jokes is actually quite something that can really work if you're in a partnership or in a team. It can be a sort of team building exercise to have inside jokes. And also, I really loved this tip, and that was about rediscovering playfulness, and who are the best people to teach us about playfulness, and that's children and also animals. And so if you can spend time with children and animals who are the best teachers, but also if that's not possible for you, to actually spend some time reading comics and jokes. There's lots of stuff that's available on the internet, and also, find something that you find funny, a comedy or something that makes you laugh, because if you can have a really good belly laugh, that's going to help you feel better. So that's my self-care tip for today, and that's L, laughter, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one. Bye for now.